you can relax. Colleen and Erik have a podcast. The world is scary and we're locked in our home, but now we have big microphones. So you can relax. That's the name of our podcast. Hello, welcome to Relax, the podcast. I'm Colleen Ballinger.
Hi, I'm Erik.
Erik's my husband.
That's right.
And
thanks for saying that.
We're married. That's
Whoa.
what made you my husband.
That's really nice of you to do that to me.
This is our podcast where we talk about nothing and everything that's going on in our lives.
That sounds really fun to me.
And we don't have relaxing lives, so we like to relax here with you guys. So first things first, Lovey.
Okay.
Before we get into the crazy week that we've had, there's major surgery happening here. There's a birthday. Lots of stuff happened the last week.
So much.
I'm shocked you're here, first of all.
I know.
So
I didn't
feel
think
like-
I would be able, but I didn't want to leave you hanging. I might be a little bit muted this episode.
Mhm.
It's not that it hurts so much to talk. It's just that I'm on painkillers and it's a little bit uncomfortable.
So we'll get into that in a minute.
Sure.
But first, let's talk about who needs to relax. Should I go first? I feel like I always make you go first.
Yeah, why don't you?
All right, Lovey.
Oh, gosh.
I don't know if we've done this one. We've done so many episodes. I don't know what I've said and what I haven't, but who I think needs to relax is Starbucks.
Okay.
We drove through Starbucks today,
We did.
and it was ridiculous to me, and it always is ridiculous to me, that when we drive through Starbucks, at least in Los Angeles, I don't know about the rest of the world, it takes forever. And I was like, we're here for 20 minutes to get a coffee that you can make at home for a few cents for $4.
Uh-huh.
And that's ridiculous. Why? What is it about Starbucks that makes us all do it? Like, I do it. Go.
It's certainly not the best coffee you
It is
could
not.
get,
It is not even. It's actually not good.
but maybe it's
No
the
offense,
most.
Starbucks, please sponsor us.
If you don't want to make it at home, and it's better than the coffee you can make at home for me, I feel. And I think it's its convenience because
But is that convenient?
they're literally everywhere. You're talking specifically about the drive-through experience, which I
Well,
think is
even
like a
going
new thing
in,
to Starbucks.
Even going in, I feel like it takes a
Do
long
you
time.
have the app? Like, because you can just order it
Sometimes you can't.
to go from the app, and
Today
then if
I
you
tried
are
and it
patient
didn't let
enough to
me.
wait for your time, you just walk in, grab it, and walk out.
I'm telling
Very
you,
convenient.
Today I was at CVS picking up one of my billions of prescriptions I have to take as a
You do
pregnant
have
lady.
a lot of those.
And there's a Starbucks next door, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna order me a Starbucks." And it's like not available at this location.
Really?
Yes, it was very frustrating.
You
And
you
then-
had to be a human and walk in and stand in line and buy coffee?
Yeah,
Yeah, I get that.
that's
Nowadays,
I
like-
was in line
yeah.
twice today for Starbucks, and I also feel like this Starbucks. I'd say 80% of the time the coffee beans are burnt. Like
Yeah, I think they're infamous for that.
80% of you go to Starbucks every day hoping for that one time where it's going to be glorious. But 80% of the time you're like, this is disgusting. And then every once in a while you get one, you're like,
I
this
don't
is
know that I can
great.
tell the difference so much.
really? I guess you just
need
get cold brew.
I just need coffee. I feel like I could drink like the grossest like hotel room, make it yourself with tap
I
water
love
coffee.
that stuff.
And I would be satisfied for the need that I have from coffee. Like
Mhm.
it would do it for me. But like as far as like a drive-through experience, like for you, like
It was
your
awful.
favorite fast food is In-N-Out, and you will wait an hour in line for that.
Not worth it, but I do it. I'm not fighting for that. I think it's ridiculous. And but also that's a meal. That
So
is
we're talking
a meal.
about fast food and a drive-through, and still it's still inconvenient for you somehow.
Yeah, but well,
Okay.
it's not fast. First of all, In-N-Out is notorious for being so slow. It's annoying. But I don't like that you have to wait really long at a drive-through for a coffee. Like we're not even getting a meal.
Mhm.
You're just getting a drink. Like
Mhm.
that's ridiculous to me.
Yeah. Well,
Like
I think
so maybe who needs to
because
relax?
it's so convenient, like so many people want that.
But it
and
isn't
do it.
convenient.
So it's
That's my
always,
point. My point is that it's not convenient.
I'm
There's
gonna.
always a line.
Yes.
It's never really that
it
good.
always takes a long time.
So
It's
what,
never that good.
So who needs to relax actually isn't Starbucks. Starbucks is actually genius because they figured out how to like dupe everyone into thinking it's convenient, delicious coffee when it's actually inconvenient, not very good coffee. And it's
Yeah.
really expensive. So actually who needs to relax is all of us
The people that
that just go buy Starbucks all the time.
the patrons of Starbucks. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Support your local coffee shops, I guess, is the message here you're trying to get across.
Not really, but we can pretend it was that.
Okay.
No, it's just kind of like, I don't know. We were in line for a long time for coffee today, and I was like, or Donk. Maybe
really
is it not
you.
like that anywhere else? I don't know. Maybe that's just an LA thing that the
like
Starbucks drive-through line is like 20 minutes long.
In your parents' hometown, I will go to their Starbucks drive-through, and it takes just as long, if not longer.
Yeah, so I don't know what that's about. Anyway,
it's popular.
Am I being too negative? I don't know.
People
Let's move on to your relax.
No,
I don't want
okay.
people to be.
That's okay.
Starbucks is going to
These
cancel
are things
me.
that upset you.
It doesn't upset me.
Starbucks is a very powerful corporation. So
okay. Also, here's the difference. Okay, here's the thing. In and
out on you.
In and out. Yes, I might wait 30 minutes in the drive-through line, but it is delicious.
It's not worth it to me.
Every time it is delicious.
No, it's not true. Not every time.
Oh yeah, it is.
I've had bad experiences.
No, you haven't.
I have.
Well, that's because you wait till your food is cold to eat it. When you get it fresh, piping hot,
eat it while I'm driving.
Delicious. Starbucks, 80% of the time not good. So it's not. See what I'm saying? Like there are a lot of reasons why. It's not worth it. It always tastes the same. It's very specific. No, it doesn't.
To me, it does. For what I order, it does. And it always tastes the same, very specific. And it's like it becomes like it's habitual. It's habit forming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
how
true.
I feel about Starbucks.
Okay, that's fair.
It should have a warning that it's like habit forming. It's not non-habit forming.
Okay. So who needs to relax for you? I feel like we should move on because you're not agreeing with me.
No, I am. I will always be on your side.
No, you don't have to be on my side. It's okay.
I hear what you're saying. We won't go to Starbucks anymore. We'll see what happens. I feel like we'll drink less coffee. Maybe that'll be a good thing.
I don't really drink coffee. So.
I know. I don't even know why you don't drink coffee. And if you do get Starbucks, you take 2 sips and then you just leave it on the counter for weeks at a time.
That's what I'm saying. It's like not worth it.
It's mostly just a science experiment for you.
Okay.
Who I think needs to relax. It's kind of specific this week, but there are in milk containers that are cartons. I've noticed these things in the squeezable sour cream that we buy. I've noticed these things. There is like a safety seal that is kind of like a white clog.
I hate that.
And then has a ring.
I hate those.
And I have a problem with whoever invented and patented this technology and then somehow sold it off to Big Milk and Big Sour Cream, that like the way that we can better preserve your products is with a white plug with a ring, and we have the consumer pull this out.
Mm-hmm.
I have never done this once without getting sprayed with whatever substance is in these containers.
Really?
Yeah. Every time I pull it out of the milk, I spill milk or it gets on me. Every time I do it with the sour cream is wild. It'll shoot out everywhere.
I was going to say, like, I don't like those things. I think it's really annoying. Like every time I open it up and I'm like, oh, you know what I don't like? Well, we'll continue this, then we'll move on to
No, this is a hot topic. I know there's a lot to say.
So I've never been sprayed by anything. Like you just take it off. I don't know what are you squeezing the bottle?
There's no way to with enough force take these things out without causing like residual.
But there is a way because I've never gotten it on myself. I don't think.
I have to watch your technique. Maybe there's some sort of technique that I don't know.
But what I was gonna say is I know these are all just for like to keep our stuff fresh. But like, I don't like the ones that are on like mayo or mustard.
Oh, the silver thing with like the little tiny square.
Oh, get out of here!
Who can reach that? Who has the small enough hands to get that little square
get it off,
to peel it off?
Oh, I don't like those.
I had since I could only eat like soft foods.
Mm-hmm.
I've been eating a lot of our child's food this week, and like the tinfoil tops to like a pudding or an applesauce.
Those are gross.
When you peel it off, it only comes halfway off. So then you have to stick your finger under the other half and
get out of here.
The stuff all over you.
You know what's the worst with that?
What?
The cheese and crackers.
Oh.
The cheese and crackers.
You rip it off and then the half of the cheese is covering and you have to reach your cracker in the little sliver of opening to the cheese.
There's no way to get it off in one fell swoop. Like it always like slivers. And I'm like, come on. And it's like super glued on there. So like you have to do it with force. And then it always like it never comes off in one piece. It drives me crazy. And I have a phobia of like stickers and thin paper, like rolling like little, I have a weird like thing
very
with
common
that.
phobia. Sure.
It is not. It's really weird. I don't know what it is about, but I like
it's quirk.
It's real annoying. There's a whole genre. What is this called? Like the keep your food fresh sealers?
Sealants?
Well, sealant sounds like a glue.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know.
Yes.
I don't like any of those things.
Maybe there is a genre term.
I'm appreciative of what they do.
Sure.
But I don't remember those pull tabs on milk jugs ever as not on the jugs, but on the boxed milks until like recently, I feel.
It seems like a newer thing.
Am I crazy?
And there's other systems that work well. Like there's the one where like when you twist the cap, it breaks the seal itself.
Yeah.
Like you've read that on like I'm going to say like a coconut water and you know, like you twist it and it like breaks the seal. There's
or
other
on milk jugs, actual milk jugs. They don't have a seal on those.
Yeah. It's just a seal around the edge of the cap that breaks. Like there's better systems, I believe. I don't know.
But they have
after all, these are perishable items and maybe they're doing their best.
I think there's a better option. I think you're right. Because since you have been only eating mush the last week, I've been buying a lot of mush at the grocery store, and one of which is different varieties of yogurt and puddings. And there are some that come in like the glass jars with like a nice lid. They don't all have the plastic.
That's right. The
plastic
fancies.
seal. The fancy ones.
Fancies, I call
I never
them.
got those as a kid.
No. Like some sort of French dark chocolate pudding.
I just remembered something, thinking about how it's not something I got as a kid, but you know what I did get as a kid all the time? And it was the only kind of cheese I would ever eat.
What?
The Kraft slices.
Yes.
The paper, the like plastic that goes around those, it's disgusting to me.
It's impossible.
It's not impossible. It's just gross. Like it's like I don't know what about it is gross, but I just think it's gross. Like it's like the thinnest plastic that's ever been created.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about that.
Why is it so thin?
Why is it so gross? I don't know why. Like whenever I unwrap a slice of Kraft cheese, I'm like, I should be grossed out by, maybe that's the tactic is like, you should be grossed out by this plastic Kraft cheese.
Well, I think at the beginning, they were like,
plastic.
What if we package individual slices of cheese? Like it's such a weird.
Well, they knew they couldn't put them all together because they'd all stick together. Well, like you can't package them together.
We're just like, we'll just package individual. It's like, it's a weird thing to do. Like imagine if they did that with like slices of bread.
I need to see the factory or whatever that like, I want to see how it's done.
Oh, like how is this made?
Yeah.
Like those thin.
I got to see it.
No.
I don't know. I'm very okay. We just.
I like that cheese as well.
I feel like we could talk about this for hours, but we're gonna take a break before we talk about this for hours. Actually, I want to get into your surgery and all the holes that you now have.
I might have more holes than you at this point.
I doubt that. Our first sponsor of the day is Babbel. So, Lovey, when you're traveling to a destination where you don't know the language, it can be challenging to accomplish even the simplest of tasks. Now, I travel a lot, or I used to.
You do. You did.
And I've run into this issue many times when I was in Paris, like running into a coffee shop, asking for directions, and they're like, what are you saying? And I'm just this American idiot who only knows like 4 words in French. Or when I was in Germany, this happened a lot. So I've run into this issue many, many times. But thankfully, there's Babbel, love.
Thank goodness.
The #1 selling language learning app. Through Babbel's bite-sized lessons, you'll learn new language skills that you can actually use in the real world, from greetings, menus, and directions to gaining a deeper understanding of the culture. Babbel is a travel essential. I am super excited about this because I have always wanted to know other languages. This was my worst subject in school, was like trying to learn other languages. I took Spanish and German.
I took French and Spanish.
Really? I feel like you're pretty good at Spanish. I feel like you are. I'm
not really. No.
Well, I'm really bad at it.
I was at one point.
And I wish I was better. It's just one of those things that's really hard for me. So I'm really excited to try this.
It's so impressive when people know
I think languages. And I think it's super important to know Spanish here in California.
Yeah, and most of the world knows multiple languages. We're just
idiots here in America. So I'm so grateful for Babbel, and I'm really excited to try it out and see how much it helps me. It'll be awesome, especially when I start traveling again.
Yeah, and to have like an app for that. That's kind of genius.
It is genius. Babbel's 15-minute lessons make it the perfect way to learn a new language on the go. Other language learning apps use AI for their lesson plans, but Babbel lessons were created by over 100 language experts. Their teaching method has been scientifically proven to be effective. With Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you to improve your pronunciation and accent. There are so many different ways to learn with Babbel. In addition to lessons, you can access podcasts, games, video stories, and even live classes. Start your new language learning journey today with Babbel. Right now, when you purchase a 3-month Babbel subscription, you'll get an additional 3 months for free. That's 6 months for the price of 3. That's longer than I'll be pregnant. Like if they got Babbel today, by the time their free months are done, like their 6 months.
I thought you were past 6 months pregnant.
I'm saying by the time their 6 months is done, I will have babies. I'll be done with my pregnancy by then. That's exciting.
That's how time works. You're right.
Oh my God. Anyway, just go to Babbel.com and use promo code RELAX. That's BABBEL.com, code RELAX. Babbel, language for life. Okay, so my lovey,
hi,
Erik Stoplin, got his wisdom teeth removed. I
did it, guys. All four big boys.
So it's been a rough week in this household.
It's been strange.
And, I thought it'd be fun to talk about it a little bit because I
don't remember a lot of what happened.
He doesn't remember a lot. And I feel like there's all these viral videos of people where they're like coming out of a dental surgery and they're just a total disaster.
Yeah, that was one of my biggest fears about it was not being in control.
Sorry, I just had to move my seat down because I feel like you're way shorter than me and I felt like really...
It's funny because I had lowered myself at the beginning to kind of be on your level.
I'm just going to move myself down.
You just like being shorter than me. Okay.
Anyway, now we're at similar heights. I feel better. It was bothering me so much. Anyway, so he got his teeth taken out and he refused to let me film him when he got out of surgery. He said I wasn't allowed, which was very frustrating for me because I film everything in my life. And this is a very big event. And I was not allowed to film it. You guys who watch the podcast.
I kind of regret saying that now because it sounds like I would like to see it for me privately, personally.
I feel like the people who watch the podcast are very lucky because even though I vlog my life almost every single day, you are very rarely in the vlogs. Like, and if you are, it's because you're like, hanging out with me and Flynn. You're never talking to me on camera. Like this is very rare that you're like, so the people who watch the podcast or listen to the podcast are so lucky because you don't make appearances on the internet.
They're lucky. Yeah. I'm shy from that.
Well, the point is he wouldn't let me film him when he got out of surgery. So I wanted to talk about this whole experience because I got my wisdom teeth out when I was 17, maybe 18. Okay. And it was completely different than what you experienced. So for me, I'll talk about it really quickly.
Tell me about your experience.
I'll say it really quickly. So first of all, they did an x-ray and showed me where my wisdom teeth were. And they were
at 17.
And they were saying, we got to take these out. You had braces recently. Your wisdom teeth will mess up your teeth. If you keep them in there, let's just get them out while you're young. And I was like, okay, whatever. And they showed me an x-ray of where the teeth were and they were explaining how they were going to extract the teeth from my mouth. Oof. And all they did was show me the x-ray, point to a tooth, and be like, so what we're going to do is slice right here and pull, and I fainted.
Like out cold?
Like out cold, like woke up to smelling salts.
Wow.
And is that what they're called? Smelling salts?
Sure.
I don't know. The thing they wake you up with, I've smelled them many times because fainting's like my jam. And so I woke up to that and they were like, okay, sorry, what happened? And I was like, you can't tell me anything. Like, I just can't know. Like, just do it. And I don't want to know anything. Uh-huh. And so that's what happened. And I came to, and I remember everything. I just remember telling my mom I wanted to drive home. I was hard to wake up. I thought I was in my own bed.
You don't remember them doing this surgery?
No, I was completely asleep, like 100% asleep.
What did they use?
They used like gas. And so they put like this gas thing on me and they said, count to 10. And I started counting. I think by the time I got to like 4 or 5, that was all I can remember. And then I woke up.
Did you fight it or did you think you were going to?
I was very afraid that I wouldn't fall asleep or that I would look asleep, but be awake in my mind. Yeah. That's like a big fear of mine.
Some sort of paralysis.
Yeah. Like that I would be like, I looked asleep or like I just couldn't move, but like I was awake and could feel everything. That was a big fear of mine. But I didn't feel anything. I don't remember anything. And I woke up thinking I was in my room. I didn't want to get out of bed. And then I told my mom I wanted to drive home and I ate smoothies for a day. And then I remember day 2, I was like by the pool eating a burrito. Like I was like, fine.
Yeah, maybe when you're younger,
I think it's easier when you're younger.
It's easier. I should say that when I was 17 and I went to the dentist, they were like, you just had braces, your wisdom teeth are coming in, we should get rid of those. And my response was, no thanks.
My parents said, you have to. Like,
Yeah.
I said no thanks too. My parents were like,
my parents strongly
"You're getting 'em
encouraged
out."
it. And I think I just put it off for 20 years, you know, like, I think that was recommended to me as well then.
right.
But they didn't hurt then. They weren't, I don't think they were out at all. It wasn't a problem. It was a problem that I was like, no thanks.
It definitely is. I will say this. I'm pretty sure it's like a fact that it's easier when you're younger. And I did not tell you this prior, but a few people that I told you were getting your wisdom teeth out, they were like, oh, it's really awful at his age.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I didn't tell you that.
You
Like,
didn't tell me
my
that.
physical therapist said that. My chiropractor said that.
Really?
Yeah. Like, they were like, ooh.
You're just telling everybody around town.
No, they're like, what's going on in your life? I see them all the time.
These
like,
are the people you talk to?
Well, this is the only thing going on in my life. I go to doctor's appointments and you get your teeth out. Like, that's all that's happened in my life in the last year. So anyway, I've told Erik some of the stuff that happened. But I was like, we should save this for the podcast when he came out of surgery.
All the details.
So they do it different now. So we get to the dentist, and
I can talk about what I remember.
Okay, good.
So this happened 5 days ago,
Mhm.
and it was an early appointment, and we get there, and they're doing what is termed sleep dentistry, which is that I was asked my weight and then given an amount of mysterious blue pills that I was told to chew and then keep in my gums, and then sat there with you and they were like,
they said 4 minutes and then you could have water.
Yeah, it'll hit you. Yeah, so I had to hold down my mouth and then swallow it after 4 minutes. And then they were like, it will hit you soon. And I was like you, maybe like so afraid that it wouldn't work or wouldn't do its job, and I would have some sort of sleep paralysis and like be aware of what was happening and not be able to tell anyone that I'm in pain, in crazy pain or something like that. And then after about 10 minutes, they were like, all right, come back and sit in this chair. And I think
before you continue on that part,
sure,
because I was out with him as he took the blue pills. And I was like, this is so weird. He's just like chewing on pills before like a huge like surgery. Like this is a big like thing that happens. And the woman who worked behind the counter, I was like, I've never heard of this, taking a pill, like a blue pill that.
Oh, right.
And I was like, and they were explaining how like he will be awake the whole time, but he won't remember anything. So that was like crazy.
And I'll be
me.
like suggestive.
Yeah. And so I was like, I've never heard of this, like staying awake for this surgery and taking these pills. Like, what are these? I've never heard of them.
But being asleep, kind of.
And the woman at the desk goes, oh, you've heard of these. You know what they are. And I was like, I do? She was like, yeah, Vegas. People take these in Vegas.
Yeah. She just said literally just
she
Vegas.
Goes Vegas.
And like
and
wink.
I was like, oh,
as
Vegas.
If like we all knew.
I'm like very pregnant woman, like in my pajamas, like looking like, do I look like a person who would go party in Vegas? I was like, oh yeah, those blue pills. I had no idea what she was talking about.
And I think this is only, whatever it is, has only been recently legalized to the practice of dentistry.
Right.
At least here in California. And I'm sitting in this chair, just kind of like waiting, and they're kind of waiting for me to like, I don't know, conk out or whatever. And I have this big window. I'm on the 5th floor of this big building with this window in front of me. I'm looking down on like a children's carousel. Like it was very strange. And then they like were like, we can draw the shades. That sometimes help. And I was like, okay. They're like, we can give you a blanket. And they put this like really heavy blanket, like dentist blanket. I don't know. Like,
did you feel tired?
No, I didn't feel tired. I was like very awake, and I thought I was like, maybe in hindsight, I was kind of loopy, like, because everyone was kind of looking at me, and I was like, I'm fine. It's fine. Like it's not hitting me. And I said to one of like the dentist assistants, like, I don't think it's going to work on me. And he goes, oh, it's going to work on you. And that's kind of the last thing I remember, besides, I was definitely out when they started like numbing me and whatever. I was like aware of that. And then I don't remember anything, but I do have memories of during the procedure of when they would physically like got the tooth out when the dentist did that. Like I was out, but I think that however I was under, the actual gripping and pulling out of the tooth, like that actual moment, like I would it was so physically jarring that I would kind of come out of it, not in pain, but I was aware of like the feeling of the resistance in my jaw and the pulling and how much force he had to use for like, I think I would like come out of it and then go back into it, like for each final pull, like, and it's not a pleasant
It sounds
memory.
like
And
it reminds me, the way he explained it to me reminded me of an epidural, in the sense that like the epidural, when I had Flynn, numbed the pain, but I felt everything. So like I
sounds like it, yeah.
remember the feeling of him coming out and things not going great in that area, but it didn't hurt. But I was like, oh, things are ripping.
Who is this relaxing to listen to?
But for you explained like you could feel the ripping and hear it.
I didn't want to say that, but yeah.
But I was like, that sounds very similar to an epidural, where it's like, you know it's happening and you can feel it happening, but you're not in pain. It was very weird.
Yeah, I equated it to if you have ever like tried to get like a small tree out of the ground and it's like with like the roots, or you know what I mean? Yeah, it's not pleasant. And then I have a slight memory of then seeing my 4 wisdom teeth all bloodied on a tray in front of me and being like, I should take a picture of that. And then the next thing I remember is I'm in our bed and you're like, I have to change your bloody gauze, and spoon feeding me smoothie out of a bowl. And I thought that was like in my mind, that was like the next thing that happened. I didn't realize there was like a 2 to 3 hour gap in between that time that I have no recollection of whatsoever.
So weird.
But apparently
you were awake and chatting with me.
And chatting, and
it was really wild. It was like spooky.
Wobbling around.
You were very much wobbling around.
Yeah.
So
you have to tell me all about that.
From my perspective,
oh boy,
you chew on the pills, you go to the back, and the woman's like, he's good. And I was like, I want to stay here just in case. She's like, it's going to be a while. And I was like, that's okay. I just, I want to make sure everything goes well. Like I wanted to make sure you were under and safe and they were starting and everything was okay.
That's
like
so sweet.
And she goes, he's completely out. Like he's completely conked. Like I waited like a half hour, and she's like, you can go. But first, let me tell you, like, he's going to tell you that he's fine. And he is not.
When you come back together.
Yeah. When I come back, she's like, come back, in an hour and a half, 2 hours. And he's going to say he's fine. And he's going to be like, babe, I'm fine. I got this. And he's not. Don't listen to him. I don't care how convincing it seems. He cannot drive. He can't do anything. You have to do everything for him.
What is this drug?
And he will not remember any of it. And I was like, okay, this sounds really weird. So I didn't know what to expect. So when I came back to pick you up, they wheeled him out in a wheelchair. You don't remember any of this, which is so weird to me. But he came out totally conscious. Like you didn't seem like your head was droopy. Like you seemed completely conscious and totally fine. And you were actually very talkative.
With this bloody gauze in my mouth?
Yeah, you had bloody gauze in your mouth and you just you looked tired, but you didn't look like you're, like when you think of someone being loopy, like their head kind of bobbing around, like you weren't like that. So there was this guy who was pushing the wheelchair for me.
So nice.
Down to the parking garage. And he comes out, he goes, congrats on the twins. You're such and such amount of weeks, a boy and a girl. Like he knew everything. And I was like, Erik has been telling everyone about us.
I don't remember telling him.
So he knew we were having twins. It was a boy and a girl. He knew how far along I was. He knew all about it. And I was like, oh, wow. Yeah. And you were like, yep, a boy and a girl. Like interacting with my conversation with this guy. And you were like, yeah, we were just trying for one and we got two. And we're going for one. And he's like, yeah, man, I got you. He was really good with you. But I was like, Erik's never interrupted a conversation in his life.
Did he look at you? Did you guys have like a moment where like he was like, he's like out of it, right? Or
no, he didn't. Because
he must be used to that.
He seemed used to it. The woman at the desk was like very hardcore explaining to me how it would be.
Mm-hmm.
And so then we get down to the parking garage and we were waiting for our ticket validation stuff. And Erik proceeds to tell me so much information. He was like, he looked at me, he goes, I'm fine. I go, you are? And you're like, I'm totally fine. I was like, really? Like knowing you weren't, because that was the one thing she was like, he's gonna say he's fine, and
That's
he
so
is
wild
not fine.
that she like called it so specifically.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess everyone must
think they're fine. I don't know.
do that.
And she was like, and so then he said, I said, were you awake the whole time? And you said, yes. And I said, you're awake the whole time. And you said, yes. I was like, oh my God, are you okay? Did it hurt? And you're like, it was so painful. And I was like, oh no. And then he started, which I will not tell you what he said, but he explained in detail and acted out how they got his teeth out of his mouth. And I am often nauseous these days and can barely walk around.
Were you just gagging?
So I was just like, well, I had to like sit. You were in a wheelchair. I was standing, and I had to literally sit down on the floor in the parking garage because I was like, I'm going to faint if I stay standing.
I don't remember any of this.
Because you were like explaining gruesomely the process with bloody gauze in your mouth. The process of them ripping out your teeth.
Probably uncomfortable parking garage.
And I didn't want to, I knew I was like, he's probably vulnerable right now. And like, he's, in pain. I don't want to tell him like, you got to stop. I'm going to vomit or faint right now. So I just kind of like let you do it and try to just breathe. And then we got you in the car, and we're in the car. I said, okay, we're just going to get you in bed, and I'll get you a smoothie or something. And you're like, nah, I'm good. Let's get a coffee. You really wanted me to get you a coffee. And I did not. We went home.
I feel like that must have been the moment that you knew I was.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think he's joking. I think he's serious.
Right.
And that's when I was like, oh, I think maybe he won't remember this.
Yeah.
And then, so I thought you were like on drugs the whole time because you were talking a lot, but because that's, not common for you and with new people. And so, but I didn't think you were like loopy or you'd forget it. I thought.
Or that I was completely blackout.
Yeah, I didn't think. I was like, he'll remember
awake.
Some of this. And then when we got home, I was scared because they had to use a wheelchair to get you in the car. And I was like, I can barely walk. I fall down the stairs. Like, how am I going to get him up the stairs if he needed a wheelchair just to get in the car? So we get home and I was like, how are you? Are you okay? Like, do I need to go get Corey to help? And he was just like, no, I'm totally fine. I'm totally fine. So he gets out of the car and he starts to walk and he goes,
did you help me out of the car? Or
I went to open the door, to hold the door open for you. And because, you were pretty close, and you started walking and you go, oh, a little wobbly.
I did?
and
how are we doing on, should we continue this after
the
next
we should
sponsor?
say next,
I feel like
we've
been going really long here.
I know there's just so much to say about it. We're almost done, but we should say thank you to our next sponsor, which is HelloFresh. We love HelloFresh so much here on our podcast, and we're so excited and in our life,
and in our kitchen, specifically.
So we're excited to say thank you to them again for sponsoring the podcast and tell you guys all about it. You guys, it's one of the best times of the year. It's fall.
Spooky season.
It's fall. The fall harvest is officially on with HelloFresh. Count on seasonal recipes like pumpkin cinnamon rolls, yum, and Friendsgiving ready sides. Get in my mouth, as well as fresh, high-quality ingredients that travel from the farm to your front door in less than a week. HelloFresh offers the flexibility you need to easily customize your order on the app within minutes. Easily change your delivery day, food preferences, and plan size, or skip a week whenever you need to. It's very, very convenient. HelloFresh has made date night fun in our house. We get to cook meals together. We don't have to think of what we're going to eat for dinner, which is like the biggest plus of HelloFresh.
We don't have to go to the grocery store.
We don't have to go to the grocery store, but like that's our biggest argument, I think, in our relationship is like, what are we going to eat for dinner? And with HelloFresh, it's like already decided and it's delicious.
No tiffs.
No tiffs at all. We just get to like make a delicious dinner together. We don't have to decide what it's going to be. It's super fun. It's super easy.
It's all portioned out.
It is wonderful.
Delicious.
Yes. So we love it. You guys will too. And if you want to try it out, you can go to HelloFresh.com/14relax and use code 14relax for up to 14 free meals, including free shipping.
What's the 14 about?
I know.
14 meals.
I know. It's crazy. So like I said, go to HelloFresh.com/14relax. Use our code 14relax for up to 14 free meals. And that includes free shipping. It's amazing. So check it out today. America's #1 meal kit. You will love it. So anyway, I was talking about how you were wobbly. So
that's so funny.
I just want to explain how he was walking. Reminds me of when I've seen videos of like newborn deer or giraffes, like right when they've come out of the womb, how their legs are like super wobbly as they walk for the first time.
Now I really wish you'd.
That's how you were walking.
I can't believe you like didn't sneak any video.
No, I said I wouldn't. I would never disrespect your wishes when it comes to that stuff. So I did not, but I really wanted to, but I didn't. Got you upstairs. I'll try to quicken up this story a bit. And got you in bed. And I was like kind of nervous because you were acting very in pain.
Mm-hmm.
And so that kind of freaked me out because I was like, they said he wouldn't feel any pain. They said he wouldn't remember any of this, but there's no way he's not going to remember this. And I had to change your gauze every 15 to 30 minutes. And you did not want me to do that because you'd be sleeping. I wanted to get food in your stomach because I didn't want you to take any medicine on an empty stomach. So I was like trying to get you to spoon feed you like smoothies and stuff. And
I don't remember any of that.
He says he doesn't remember any of it.
No.
And the only other weird thing he said was at one point, I don't know if you're going to want me to say this or not. So I guess you can tell me if we need to cut it out. But at one point he was like, we'd been home for like an hour and I had changed your gauze a couple times and given you food and water and medicine. And I was also running in and out, like putting Flynn to sleep and getting him lunch and stuff, like running back in and out of the room.
My superhero.
No,
7 months pregnant with twins, like taking care of me. I'm so embarrassed.
No. It was, I had Corey helping too, which was incredible. And then my mom ended up coming later too, because I could barely get up and down the stairs. And I was like, I was very nervous leaving you alone. Like every time I had to leave the room, it freaked me out. But anyway.
If it were you, I would have been nervous as well.
Yeah.
I get that.
And anyway, at one point it'd been an hour and you were like, can you, like, I said I was going to go to the store and get you more smoothies and get some rest. And you said, can you cuddle me? Essentially, you wanted me to stay and cuddle with you. And I was like,
I don't remember that.
You said like, can you rub my back? Like, can you lay here and rub my back?
So needy.
And no, it was sweet. It wasn't like that. And I was like, yeah, I just want to run to the store and get you more food. I'll be right back. And you were like, well, how long have I been in here waiting for you? Like, I've been in here all day. Like, you were like suddenly angry with me that I hadn't cuddled you yet. Like, in your mind, you'd been in the room for 24 hours.
For days.
And
alone.
I had not come in to check on you.
You just left me alone for days.
And you'd been waiting. But it seemed like...
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It seemed like you had been waiting for me. Like, you had asked me to tickle your back like 24 hours ago. And I just ignored you for... Like, that's how upset you were with me. That like, you're like, I've been waiting here this whole... And I was like, okay. He's definitely on something because he's acting crazy.
I don't remember that.
But I was like,
apologize.
No. And I was like, oh, I'll be right back. And then I will cuddle you. Like, no worries.
You took such good care of me.
When I could, it was rough because it was like I was such a mess and he was such a mess this week.
Yeah, today's like the first day that I'm feeling like better, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like I'm certainly uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I not too much swelling.
Mm-hmm. No,
but some
didn't swell barely at all.
It was significant to me to look at my face and be like, "Oh, that looks."
I couldn't tell. I thought it was like nothing there, but that was your wisdom teeth. Now, one of the things that happened shortly after your wisdom teeth were pulled was your birthday.
I know. What great! We were supposed to like. You were so
go
sweet.
To a beach house.
Go to a beach house like Airbnb for a couple of days for my birthday, and then because of this popped up and was urgent.
Yeah, we couldn't go.
So we had to cancel that. And instead of that for my birthday, I had my wisdom teeth taken out after avoiding it for 20 years.
So he had his birthday here and it was like a quiet, chill birthday. And I was like, I didn't know if he'd be in bed the whole day, but I wanted to talk a little bit about your birthday.
Sure.
Because birthdays are a really big deal in my family. And it was very hard for me to not like do a huge thing, you know? Mm-hmm. But I knew you needed to rest and whatever. I just didn't know what to expect. But I wanted to talk about, I think, both of our favorite moment of your birthday.
Okay.
Unless I'm wrong. What was your favorite moment? Unless I'm like wrong. And then
the thing you did for Flynn and me.
Yeah. So well, that sounds like I'm like, wait, tell me that it was the thing I did. No, it was a specific part of the day. So I got him some presents. And I wanted to make it more fun than just like the only thing I had really for your birthday was some presents for you to open. So I was like, let's make this more interesting. And something my family does / I think only I do it now.
I didn't know there was a history there with these.
Well, I do it all. I mean, I did it for part of the gender reveal. Like I do it all the time.
Yeah, but I didn't know it like went back to your childhood.
We're talking about scavenger hunts, guys.
Oh yeah.
I love a scavenger hunt. I will take any opportunity to make a scavenger hunt, but I thought maybe there's a way I can include Flynn. And so instead of giving like riddles on each clue, I just put pictures of where the next clue would be found so that Flynn could participate.
It's a visual scavenger hunt.
So when I said, so when I said we were doing a scavenger hunt, Erik kind of was like, you and scavenger hunts, like, this is like, what is your obsession with these things? And, but Flynn's never participated in one.
No.
So I didn't know if he would be into it. And guys,
he was so into it.
My son.
It was so joyful to watch him be so excited.
I've never seen him like that.
Just like cackling.
He was screaming with joy.
And he was good at it.
He loved it. Like I was not expecting that at all. I thought he'd be into it, but like, I don't remember the last time I've seen him that excited and joyful. And like, I mean, he was losing his mind. He loved it so much. It was so fun. And I felt bad because I only put like 6 clues. And so now he wants to do them all the time. Like Flynn just constantly wants to hide things and use the same clues where he already knows where they go to do the scavenger hunt over and over again. And he just loves it so much. But I thought it would be fun to talk about like past birthdays and things. Because this birthday, I feel like it was kind of a bust. I want to make it up to you because like
it's not your fault. It's probably my fault for delaying a necessary dental surgery for so many years.
In my defense, I tried to make a thing. I tried to have a beach getaway.
No, you don't need to be defensive.
I'm not being defensive. I feel really bad.
Relax.
I feel bad that I didn't do something bigger, but I didn't know if you just want to be in bed all day. I was like, okay, I've got gifts and a cake that he can't eat. And
I couldn't eat the cake.
And we'll just hang out. And so, you know, some of my family came over and we just had a chill day here. But I felt bad. So I was like, maybe we can reminisce on good birthdays or bad birthdays on the podcast today.
Let's do it.
So do you want to go first? Do you have any in mind? I mean, I could talk about this forever. I love birthdays.
Yeah, I can tell. Anything that I say will be in juxtaposition to you because I'm very low key about birthdays. I don't like the focused attention on me on that day. I'm not like someone who posts like it's my birthday or this like you've tells people
said,
it's my birthday or like if we're talking about past birthdays, I remember as a child, like I don't think I had many birthday parties like with my friends from like, you know, grade school, like whatever. Because I would just like didn't want the attention, was shy and like would worry that like, well, what if nobody came? You know what I mean? So like I would just not have a party because there was like a couple that I had. But like I said, I never liked the attention and like, I was afraid that nobody would come.
Yeah, well, I feel like you've explained birthdays in a really funny way to me over the past few years, which is like it's a day where you have to respond to people that you don't want to talk to.
Yeah,
like how did you explain it? Like
it's like the busiest. It's like it should be your birthday and it should be like relaxing and fun for you, but it becomes like this day where you have to constantly reply
to emails and phone calls,
and text messages and phone calls. You know what I mean? So it's like almost like it's work. It's like a work day for you. Like and it's the day of the year that you have to communicate with all these people,
right?
And it can be exhaustive, especially if you're trying to relax because you've just had a major dental surgery.
But every year, I feel like that's your thing. That you're like, the best birthday present would be just like, don't send that text.
No, I appreciate that.
No, I know you appreciate it, but I'm not talking about from like your close friends and family. Like, of course you love them. It's like, you know, from the people that you're like, you haven't talked to me in a very long time. Like,
oh, I still think it's nice, but I'm like, oh no, I have to, well, it's when it bothers me when I then have to say thank you and then more text.
That's right. That's what you say.
Then it becomes like a conversation. Like so it can't just be like, if I send you a birthday text, whoever you are, you can just like it. You know what I mean? Or you can just say thanks and I won't say anything more. Like if I say thank you and then they're like, so how have you been? You know what I mean? Or
I forgot that's what it is that you don't
just,
like.
It just then becomes work. I mean, you know what I mean? It's not,
Yeah, it's too much.
Another time.
Yeah.
Text me another time and then I'll tell you how I am.
Yeah. So I always think that's very funny. But yeah, I was gonna say the scavenger hunt thing, like I was thinking about like how excited I was that Flynn liked it. Like that brought me so much joy that my son liked it because it's such a big tradition in my family. And I have done that for so many birthdays for other people, but also I remember my favorite scavenger hunt, my favorite birthday like present as a kid was a scavenger hunt. I think it was like 10 or 11 that led to a bicycle. Like
who thought of this?
My mom, I think.
That's so
and
great.
My parents still do scavenger hunts randomly for us. And I do for the family as well.
I didn't know it originated with them. I thought like it was like your thing.
No, my parents would do it for us.
That's so cool.
And my dad would also make like treasure maps for us, like as kids.
I can totally see him doing that.
So he would take a brown paper bag and he would like make a map of like our backyard or the house and then put like a dotted line with like pirate and make it look all piratey.
Would he like age it? And,
oh
like,
yeah.
burn holes in it?
Yeah. He'd crumple it up and burn the edges.
That's so cool.
And then burn holes in it.
I want to do that.
And he would put like, you know, like on the map, on the dotted line, there'd be like an alligator and you have to cross the alligator and be like a toy alligator, like in a room.
So
I feel like
great.
Flynn would be so all about that.
Oh, we're going to have to do this.
But yeah, we always did stuff like that. So to me, it was very exciting that our son enjoyed the treasure hunt because that was like the
happiest I've ever seen him.
I mean, it was really, really cute. So birthdays were huge in my family.
I feel like I'm getting that. I get that from you that like, well, for your family. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that.
But also for you, like you,
as my childhood, like
you love your birthday. You celebrate your birthday with open arms.
I just like birthdays. I think birthdays are, well, now I don't really like, now I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't want like to do like nothing for me. Like I like birthdays. I like celebrating people. I like a reason to get
people
together.
Who love their birthdays and celebrate them for days or months.
No, I've always been that person for sure.
Yeah,
but
I'm just not that way.
In the more recent years, I've been like, I don't need anything. I just want to be around my family. Like, so I want to get together with my family for sure. But like, I just like an excuse to hang out with your favorite people. And like, and you can have a theme. I love a theme. Decorations. You're so fun.
Very big on themes.
I love
I don't
a theme.
think I've ever had, I think the only theme party that I've ever actively been a part of is the one for Flynn's first birthday, which was like dog themed.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. Like I've never thrown a theme party for myself or anyone else.
Get ready. Because it's about our lives are going to just be themed birthdays, which we're going to talk more because I had some weird themed birthdays that I want to tell you about. But first, I want to say thank you to our next sponsor. We're so excited to talk to you guys again about one of our beloved products here on Relax, which is Apostrophe. So you guys know finding the best skincare products for you, that's hard. There's so many options out there. It's so hard to figure out.
It's a big shelf in CVS.
Yeah, it's so hard to know what is good and what's not. And they're freaking expensive, man. Yes. Very expensive. And they're like these miracle products. And you're like, I don't even know what this does. Like sometimes I buy like potions and creams. I'm like, I literally don't even know what this is, but I feel like it's good. So
every
I'm gonna get
drawer in our bathroom is just piled high. Yeah.
But it turns out most skincare products don't do very much. The best way to treat acne is with fewer products that are clinically proven and customized to your skin. That's why we're super excited to be partnering with Apostrophe. Apostrophe is a prescription skincare company that offers science-backed oral and topical medications that are clinically proven to help clear acne. Apostrophe connects you with board-certified dermatologists who will create a personalized treatment plan that is perfectly tailored to your unique skin. Simply fill out Apostrophe's online quiz about your skin goals and medical history, then snap a few selfies, and your dermatologist will create your customized treatment plan. Apostrophe treats acne, but they can also help you hit your other skincare goals like reducing redness, wrinkles, and even dark spots. It's so nice knowing you have a real dermatologist helping you find the best products for your skin, because I feel like there's so many products out there that are like, this will clear your acne or this will help your wrinkles, but everyone's skin is so different that there isn't one product that can fix everyone's
It's
skin.
a broad spectrum.
And so it's really nice to know that there's a dermatologist there to help you make it perfect for you. And it's so easy. You just snap pictures of yourself. You don't have to like make an appointment at the doctor's office and go in.
Nope.
And
you send it to someone who went to school for probably many years for this.
Yes. So it's really, really convenient. It's wonderful. And the unboxing experience is really fun because there's cute little postcard with stickers to personalize your prescription bottle. So it doesn't just look like a gross like medicine bottle. You can make it all cutesy pants, which is super fun. And you don't have to go to the pharmacy to wait in line to get your meds. It's all really convenient, really wonderful, and works. So we have a special deal for our audience. Save $15 off your first visit with a board certified dermatologist at apostrophe.com/relax when you use our code RELAX. This code is only available to our listeners. Gotcha. Let's
VIP.
get them good VIP. To get started, just go to apostrophe.com/relax and click begin visit. Then use our code RELAX to sign up and you'll get $15 off your dermatology visit. That's apostrophe apostrophe.com/relax and use that code RELAX to get your dermatology visit and save $15. And we thank Apostrophe for sponsoring this wonderful podcast.
Thank you.
Thanks, Apostrophe. So I wanted to talk for a minute about birthdays. I didn't know that it would be like me talking about my birthdays and you being like, man, I didn't really do birthdays. But I guess that works out in my favor anyway this week.
That's kind of us in a nutshell. You know what I mean?
What? That you don't have birthday parties and I do?
No, just that we're kind of different in some ways
in many ways,
attention based.
What does that mean? Am I an attention?
No, I mean like in the way that like you live your life kind of out there and I'm like
I guess that's true.
more private, like very private.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I didn't mean it in any negative context whatsoever.
Well, let me get started talking about me. No, but I do feel like you must have stories that hopefully will come up as I tell you some of my stories. So birthday parties, my mom always made a really big deal in our house. Like we always felt so special, which is why I like to do it for Flynn, for you, for family members. Like I love throwing themed birthday parties because it meant the world to me that my mom did that for us as kids. And I remember picking a theme and getting to go to the party store and picking out like the plates and the forks for the cake and the tablecloth.
I've been to a party city in my time.
Yeah, it's like it was so exciting that I got to pick that stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I remember the ones that jump out at me the most is when I was 4. Yes, I remember this.
Really?
I had like a Barbie kind of theme. So my mom made a Barbie cake for me, like a cake that she had a Barbie and she made the cake the dress. Like, does that make
she
sense?
knew how to do that?
Yeah, there's like cake pans that you can do this with. But there's a home video of this birthday where me and my cousins, girlfriends we took the Barbie out of the cake once the cake was cut and we're licking this naked Barbie.
What do you mean, together?
Yes. We're like all sharing it, like licking the legs of this like naked Barbie. And it's so weird that there's like this home video of me.
This is why you remember it. It's because there's this.
Well, no, this is why I remembered it. Why I remembered it is because my mom or someone thought it was a great idea to hire a clown.
No.
And it was a female clown.
I thought that was only in movies and TV. I didn't think people actually hired.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't like a family member. It was like.
No, I don't know where they found this person. It was a woman. And I was.
The Yellow Pages back then?
Terrified. You
were scared?
So the only footage of my 4th birthday is me licking a naked Barbie with my friends, like all sharing licks of this naked Barbie.
I have to see this.
And that sounded so creepy.
Oh, yeah. Why did I say
Why did you say it like that, though? Like, that was weird. It wasn't the fact that you said, I have to see this. It was the fact you're like,
I'm on drugs.
I have to see this. Anyway, but then the footage of like this clown coming to the party and the kids all being excited and the birthday girl, I'm crying in my mom's arms with my blankie.
That's the part I had to see, by the way.
Sobbing.
Yeah.
So that one jumps out as like the first birthday party I remember being upset about or, having a moment with. That was probably like one of my most traumatic birthday experiences, but it only was uphill from there. But I had all different themed birthday parties, princessy type themes. I had like a 50s style, like everyone came in poodle skirts, and like my mom sewed poodle skirts for me, and I had a Renaissance, like medieval, like themed birthday party where I was the princess and everyone had different. So my dad was like the king, and my brother was a knight. Rachel was a jester. My mom was the queen, and we all had Renaissance costumes. We made Renaissance flags.
That's so elaborate.
And everyone came dressed like a princess. And at the party, we all made flower crowns and princess hats.
It sounds so fun.
Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah.
It's so freaking fun.
You're lighting up.
Because I love it. Was beaming. Because these were like my best memories from my childhood. I love a themed party. This is why it's like so fun to me.
I was too shy to ask for this. I'm sure my parents would have done this. I was just I was too shy to ask for it. Yeah.
See, my mom would like sit me down and be like, okay, what's the theme going to be? You know, she like was all about it. And I think I was the one kid that was like also all about it.
Right.
So I think it was like the perfect storm. Whereas like the other kids were like, I don't know. I just want my friends to come over.
Right.
And I was like, oh, let's talk theme. You know, my siblings, I don't remember them having like super themed parties. I think it was just like the way my mom is and the way that I am, we just like clicked so well with this.
And it's
like
something you do now for like.
I do for everyone, my niece and nephews. And like any chance I get, anyone's birthday's coming up, I'm like, can I plan the party?
Yeah. And
like,
you're like,
it's so excited.
It's always themed.
I love it.
I'm now realizing.
But it's because it was so special to me growing up. I love doing it. It was so fun. But I remember my mom kind of being mortified. My 13th birthday, I was, I was becoming a teenager. I was getting a little older. And I realized that whatever theme I had was the presents that I got, like, so a princess theme, you got princess type stuff, I just realized.
So the presents reflected the theme.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, I want money. So for my 13th birthday, I literally had, my mom said, what theme do you want? And I said, money.
Cash.
And she was like, no. And I was like, that's what I pick. I pick money. I want my theme to be money. And she was like, okay. So literally we had we bought a bunch of fake money. It was dangling from the ceiling. I literally sent it to invitations to everyone saying, this is a money themed party. I want money. Like we played Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Oh, that's fun.
My brother dressed up like Regis Philbin and like acted like him. And we played Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
That's so fun.
All the games were money themed. Everything was money themed. I was like, I just need money. And you know what I got?
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, number one question, what'd you make out with?
Not money. No, I think I got money from like my grandparents.
Your present
and, like,
was like
my
a
dad.
wallet? Yeah.
No, but I got like Beanie Babies and I was a big
Those
Beanie
cost
Baby
money.
collector.
Yep.
And I got like, I feel like I got koosh balls and journals,
13.
stickers.
13, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Koosh balls and Beanie Babies.
I was homeschooled. I was homeschooled at the time. Koosh balls and Beanie Babies and American Girl doll stuff and journals and crafts.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get a lot of money. So it didn't work out.
That's so funny.
But I think it's so funny that like a 12-year-old went to her mom and was like, this year's theme, cash.
That makes sense to me, yeah.
And then like why no one, I guess, came up with like, oh, let's do like a Vegas theme and like play. I don't know. I guess that would be inappropriate.
What, to set up a bootleg casino for a 13-year-old's
I'm getting
birthday?
really excited at this idea though. So now I'm feeling
For
like
what?
we need to have a Vegas themed party.
Well, your birthday is coming up.
Yeah, but I already know what I'm doing for my birthday this year.
What are you doing?
I'm having twins, one. But also, I want to do the, every year for my birthday, I do the raise money for childhood cancer.
Of course.
And so I want to do that. But I also want to do, for my baby shower, because when I was pregnant with Flynn, I did a baby shower slash
we
birthday.
haven't talked about that. Is that
I want to do that again, like a baby shower slash birthday, where if you want to bring a gift, we don't need anything for the kids, the babies. So if you bring a gift, I want to donate it to like women's shelters here. Great. And I also want to donate. I want anyone to bring stuff that I can use for the fundraiser.
Right,
And
yeah,
if you want
course.
to donate money to kids with cancer, that's what I want for my birthday. So I already have like a plan of like this party that I'm going to
I was wondering about a baby
So-
shower and if we're going to do that.
Well, we don't need stuff, like we're very
we need
fortunate.
lots of
Well, we do need lots of
need
stuff, as we talked about in the
stuff
last
times
episode.
two, yeah.
We need lots of stuff, but we have the means
Yeah.
to get that stuff ourselves. And if people want to get us a gift, the best gift that I could have is donating to kids who we need more money for kids with cancer. Like
Right.
there's not enough research and there's not enough funding. And also women who can't, like, being pregnant is so awful and hard
And expensive.
and very expensive. And there's a lot of women who need help affording all this weird stuff we have to buy. So those are the things I want to do, but we should talk about that because we should probably do it a lot earlier than my birthday, because I think I will literally be giving birth around my birthday.
I wonder. Yeah.
So anyway, those are some of the like birthday parties that jump out at me.
Mhm.
But you really don't have. Well,
I
really
love
don't
my
have
parents,
any
like, and I
stories?
love my family. Like, they were always like, it was always kind of like my mom made a cake and we ate it. It was like kind of like
that sounds
just-
lovely.
Yeah, it was so lovely. Like I said, I was too shy to like throw some big themed party for myself. There like I have like one memory, and it was like a bunch of my friends came over and we had like a tire swing that my dad had hung really high up in this tree in our backwoods. And I remember my friend Matt swinging on the tire swing and then slamming his back into the tree, and his back got all cut up by the bark of the tree. That's like my birthday memory.
Oh my gosh, that
Eh,
sounds
I don't
horrible.
know. But it's just like the memory I have. There wasn't any theme. I think my gifts were baseball cards or like a mountain bike one year, and
That's pretty good.
that kind of stuff.
No,
Yeah.
no treasure hunts.
I don't think so. I mean, my parents can correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm sure they would have done it if I
Yeah.
was the theme kid.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's so cool now to be married to you and welcomed so lovingly by your family, that I get to see all these things and traditions that you guys have that are so
Yeah, it's funny.
funny.
I'm like, my family's does this. This is what my family does. But now I'm realizing
Not every
I
family.
think it's just me. Like, I don't know that my family does it. I think my mom did it for me and I really liked it. And it was such a special memory to me that, like, I want others, people in my family. But I mean, I know that my niece and nephews enjoy it. Like, we did all their birthdays most of their birthdays during the COVID madness last year. And we turned our house into Disneyland. We've done like Hawaii themed birthday parties, and
Mhm.
we've done, what was the like gymnastics? What was that movie? The Greatest Showman.
Gymnastics.
Yeah, like Parker was really into gymnastics and wanted the Greatest Showman birthday and had like Barbie dolls hanging from things. What's with me and Barbie dolls and birthday
They're
parties?
very involved in your parties. You
I don't
haven't
know,
done a themed party for me.
You're always like, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything. That doesn't seem like
Well,
your
exactly.
jam.
Yeah. Well, my favorite part of my birthday is like the day after, when it's like, okay, now my birthday's over and we don't have to, like, nobody has to look at me.
Well, I'm trying to remember what your birthdays have been like the last few years since we've been together. And last year I did a beach picnic for you.
But that was really awesome. But again, I was like, oh,
What?
too much. Like, it's too much attention. You know what I mean? It was
No.
like,
Oh, I'm sorry.
no, in a great way.
And then I feel like every other birthday I've been with you, I've been on tour. You've been on tour with me, and like we celebrate like at a theater.
That's probably
or like
true. Yeah.
I feel like we've kind of been all over the world on your birthdays or something.
Yeah. I remember one time getting a cake backstage at one of your shows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. That's bad of me.
No, it's pretty awesome.
Well, I don't know. I really love birthdays, guys. Okay, what can I say?
Well,
I think birthdays are very
I
fun.
had a wonderful birthday, even with the tooth holes.
Well, the best part of probably my month was seeing Flynn do that scavenger hunt and how happy he was.
Truly, yeah, it was so great.
And then also that night he was on another level of just cuteness. We let him stay up past his bedtime for an hour.
He said happy birthday, Dada, and I love you so much, Dada, like so many times that day. It was just
he's such a awesome
a dream.
human. He was just playing imagination pretend. We remember, like, we let him stay up so late because he just kept saying like, oh, we got to fix this. Let's go find my invisible tools.
His improv
unreal
skills and space work are so incredible. His imagination, like, he will yes and you and keep going with a bit about, we had to fix the door because it had gone flat, like a tire. Like
he said, he goes, we have to fix the door, Dada. The air went out.
So we then had to go grab an imaginary saw and drill.
Oh yeah,
from your office.
It was pretty amazing.
And fix the door.
It was amazing.
That was the evening of my birthday. No Vegas partying.
I mean, y'all cuddled.
No hot air balloon rides.
Read the Quiet Cricket or whatever that one is, and the Very Quiet Cricket, and cuddled.
It was perfect.
It was lovely. No theme, but the theme was a holy mouth.
Holy mouth.
Holy mouth.
That would have been a good theme. Ow. It hurts to smile, I should say.
Speaking of holy mouths, I'm just kidding. I want to say thanks to our next sponsor, which is Betabrand. For the busy women out there who want to look polished and put together, but don't have time to deal with uncomfortable clothing.
That's you.
Meet Betabrand. Betabrand's dress pant yoga pants are designed with the fit and flexibility of yoga pants, but they look like professional dress pants. Sneaky.
Okay.
They're so amazingly soft and stretchy and absolutely effortless. Just throw a pair on and a cute top and you'll be set with style and comfort for your workday. There are tons of different styles to choose from, like straight legs, skinny, cropped, bootleg, and more. They have lots of fun colors and classic black, and they even come in denim styles. I personally like the dress pant yoga pant that was like the simple black with the pockets. Gotta have the pockets.
They look good. Great
and
on
I
you.
can't wait till I can fit into them again.
Yep.
Because it's been a while, but I will go straight back to them once
They're
this bump is.
Pretty stretchy.
I got a big bump, Lovey. I got a big bump. But they're very cozy and they look so professional. It looks like I actually cared and put on pants for the day when really I'm just wearing stretchy, comfy yogi pants? Yoga pants. Maybe they should change it to yogi pants.
I like that.
Betabrand's dress pant yoga pants are perfect for whatever you need to get done that day, whether you're sitting at a desk for 8 hours, working with kids and bending and kneeling all day, or maybe you're a photographer. You need to squat to get that perfect shot.
Very specific.
I know. Whatever the case, you're going to look good and feel great doing it. These pants are made of wrinkle-resistant, stretch knit fabric, so they look good all day and they even travel well. Plus, they're machine washable and they don't need to be ironed. And the best part, and my favorite part, we all know, is that they have pockets.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking comfort and function. We don't have those fake pockets in these pants. Heck no. These are actual pockets that can hold your stuff.
Did you write this? Did you create this? This
sounds like something I would have created.
Yeah.
It's pretty smart. There are new colors, patterns, and styles that are coming out all the time, so be sure to keep an eye out for limited time new releases because they sell out really fast. And while you're there, make sure to check out Betabrand's ultra-flattering tops, skirts, dresses, and more. The dress pant yoga pants are just the tip of the iceberg. Right now, our listeners can get 30% off their Betabrand orders when you go to betabrand.com/relax. That's BETABRAND.com/relax for 30% off your order for a limited time. And when you use our special URL, you're supporting our show. So go do it. Find out why women are ditching typical work pants for Betabrand's dress pant yoga pants. Go to betabrand.com/relax for 30%
30%
off.
is a lot.
I know, right?
It's very generous of
It's
them.
pretty good. It's really good.
That's a good deal.
I agree. So yeah, I just going back to birthdays. Let's talk. I could talk about birthdays.
I think that is the theme.
It has turned into
of
the
this
theme.
episode.
Originally, I thought it would be your holy mouth and your surgery.
That's a good episode title.
Erik's holy mouth.
Mhm.
And your recovery. But part of your recovery was your birthday, and
Yep.
How miserable that was
How
for
magic?
you.
I thought you were gonna say magical.
Magical and miserable.
Mhm.
I mean, I think you ate baby food for all your meals.
I
on
did.
Your
I
birthday.
have been subsisting off of our son's food
Mhm.
for a week.
Tonight, though, we got
Pretty
some
good.
gourmet sides. I found a nice steakhouse and I got some gourmet mashed potatoes and
Yeah.
sweet potato mash and cream spinach
Lots of
and
mash.
everything's
tonight.
mashed. But I wanted to say that I've been thinking a lot about my birthday from last year. And
Okay.
you found such an amazing place for my birthday last year. And I was thinking about it,
right.
and I think it's one of my favorite birthdays I've ever had.
Oh, that's so cool to
We
hear.
went to this cool, like weird house, like in the middle of nowhere, kind of. And it was like
Yeah, it
just
was
an
like
alpaca
It
farm.
was like a ranch homestead kind of Airbnb
Mhm,
on top of a mountain
mhm. And my whole family came.
in Southern California, like in the
Yeah, and it was
National
and
forest.
It was cold. It was like nice because it was like cold. We were wearing jackets.
right.
And
Yeah.
I got to sit around the fire and just be together as a family. And it was it was just so fun. I think it was because last year was last year. And I mean, we very much stayed in our house and never went anywhere, never did anything.
Is that like the first time your whole family was able to get together, like during?
No, it wasn't the first time, but it was definitely the first time we got to go do something fun. We weren't even going to the grocery store. Like we were doing nothing.
Right.
And so, it was making me very anxious and depressed. And it was just, I think it was just going out and being in a different place and getting fresh air and seeing cool animals. And it was so wonderful. I keep thinking about it. I'm like, do I want to go back there? Like, it was so wonderful. I loved it so much. But I wanted to clarify something before we sign off today. First of all, I wanted to say that to kind of hint, nudge, nudge.
Is that what
Maybe
you want?
we should look into that.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm pretty pregnant. I don't know how much I would enjoy it this time around.
I'm also kind of nervous, given the current situation, like to be
anywhere but our house,
anywhere isolated and not close to.
I know
our doctor.
It's kind of a mess.
Hospital.
But I did love it, and it wasn't too far. But anyway, I wanted to clarify something because I feel like there might be some misconceptions when I say like, oh, I love a theme and I throw huge themed parties and my parents threw huge themed parties. These are not like what you see now on the Instagram, like moms, like with all like the amazing balloon arches and like catered food. And
I've seen a balloon arch in this house
that we blew up and did ourselves.
Oh, right. Yes.
Like I've never, these parties that I throw for people and my mom threw for me we had a budget of like $50, you know, like.
I feel like that can go far in a party city.
Oh yeah.
Or like a dollar store.
Not a party city. I hope they want to sponsor me someday. So we'll retract this statement. Very expensive. Very expensive. Yeah. Party city's like shockingly expensive. Dollar store.
Yeah. Dollar store. I feel like they would.
Mm-hmm. And also my dad is an artist. So he would make stuff out of cardboard. Like we go behind grocery stores and find refrigerator boxes, big cardboard boxes.
He does that, yeah.
We'd cut them up.
Your brother now does that. You do that. Like you're creative in that way.
And so we'll like cut up cardboard boxes and turn them into anything and paint them. And so like I grew up with, that was our decorations, was like cardboard boxes from the trash from behind the grocery store.
I knew this. I assumed this.
Streamers. Yeah, I know, but I feel like I need to clarify just because now when you say like, oh, we're having an extravagant birthday party, you think like
they're picturing like a Kardashian child's like
like I feel like that's like the thing now. Like when I felt like pressured with Flynn's first birthday to like hire people and things. And
to
so
do like some big thing, yeah.
Because that's what everyone does now. Like all these parties are like so ridiculously
excited about him and it was his first birthday. Yeah.
So we hired a hot dog cart.
Best decision we've ever made.
I don't know that. Oh, and I had like a dog shelter bring dog. He had a dog themed party, bring like puppies for people to play with and adopt.
Thing.
Oh yeah, there's like a Build-A-Bear, but it was dogs.
Yeah,
that's like a lot of stuff.
We were dressed as dogs.
We were dressed as dogs. I didn't do like a lot of like didn't pay for decorations. That stuff is so expensive. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I can make it out of a cardboard box I found in the trash.
Yeah,
you know, that's kind of my thought. It's like I could spend thousands of dollars to make this look really Instagram pretty.
You got a cake that looked like a cat?
I could get, that was expensive.
Yeah, I bet it was.
That was really expensive.
It looked like Gus, right?
It looked like Gus. I didn't think it was going to be that expensive.
And the first cut of the cake was like right into his head, I remember.
Love, it was really expensive. I was like,
drop it. How much was that cake?
I think it was like $300.
Whoa, for a cake?
I know.
Oh, I never got so much
for as a 1-year-old.
I never got so much as Fudgy the Whale like my whole life.
We always got the box cake that's like $1 with the frosting that's $1.
Like the Ralph's cake.
And it tastes the best.
Yeah, it is the best.
And like,
tasting.
Yeah, but I didn't think it was going to be that expensive. I was like, Corey goes take a picture to this like bakery that I love and just be like, can you make this cat cake? And they're like, yeah. And then he went to pick it up and he came home and he's like, Colleen.
Who made it?
That was really expensive. I don't want to out them. I don't want to say who. They did a great job.
It's a great British baking show.
And they deserve their money for their hard work. That was my fault for not checking ahead of time.
It was, as far as I'm concerned, it was art.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
But like, I've never spent that much money on food before. I was like, this is for a 1-year-old's birthday cake that he's just going to smash his hands into. So, you know, I just don't want people thinking that like my parents were out there.
I don't remember a lot of cakes in my life. I remember that cake.
That cake was weird. Flynn liked it, I think. I don't know. He was 1. He couldn't even walk. Yeah. But it was fun. But I just wanted to clarify that so no one thought I'm like, not that it matters, but like spending $20,000, $30,000 on these birthday parties. I spend like 100 tops and I make a lot of stuff out of trash.
Yeah. Plus we have like cabinets in our house that are just filled with like the residual like stuff, streamers.
Oh, you need a Hawaiian birthday party? I got 30 leis.
Yeah, you do.
And like tiki torches. And if you need a Disneyland themed birthday, I've got the backdrop of the castle at Disneyland. if you need a dog themed party, we got tons of dog balloons.
Yeah, we still have all the stuff.
I save it all because I'm like, I might need this.
It always works its way into another.
Yeah. And if
party.
it doesn't work into a themed party, it will work its way into one of my shows.
Yeah.
I'll use it as a prop.
They kind of work for both.
Yes. So anyway, if you guys need someone to plan a birthday party for you with under $50,
you got time on your hands. That could be a side gig.
Me.
Yeah.
I will crush it, and it will be my life for a week.
I feel like in another life, like you as a party planner.
Oh, I would
event
be a
coordinator.
Horrible party planner. I would be because I would be like, they'd be like, I want this. And I'd be like, nah, you can get that in the trash at Ralph's. I'll go get it.
Right.
Like, I would be horrible because I would just want to like cut corners and like make it as cheap as possible. And I wouldn't want to.
Maybe that's a reality show. Parties on a budget. It sounds like something that would be on TLC.
Also in my mind, I'm always like, this is going to look incredible. And then it always looks kind of dinky. But like in my mind, I'm like, I can do this myself.
You do dinky very well.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
You do dinky well.
Okay, we're going to go to
Good
bed.
dinky
We're
love.
tired. We love you guys. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
And thanks to our sponsors. And thanks to Chris. And thanks to TJ. And thanks to myself. And thanks to your doctors for ripping out your teeth.
You need to stop making me smile now. It hurts.
I can't help it. Okay. Bye, guys.
You can relax. Colleen and Erik have a podcast. The world is scary and we're locked in our home, but now we have big microphones, so you can relax. That's the name of our podcast.